Okay, let's learn about rocks this week. We're going to have two lessons. This is a short lesson. There's a little bit of a longer lesson following up. We expect you to complete both lessons this week. Let's take a look. This is rocks part one, which is called rocks and minerals. Our learning goals in this one are to, number one, define what rocks are, and number two, distinguish between rocks and rock-like minerals. There's a video you'll watch, and then this says that studying rocks helps us find useful materials that we rely on every day. And it also helps us understand processes like earthquakes that can shake up our lives. But can you recognize a rock when you see one? All right, the first one isn't showing up right here, but the first question asks you, what words do you associate with rocks or use to describe them? You are going to come up with a couple words and you're going to type them in. And if you're not the first student here, you'll see some examples that other students have come up with. So it's kind of a brainstorm with all the students here that have me as your teacher. And then you've got these passages. Do you see this little speaker sound here? If you click on it, I will narrate. Here's an example.
What are rocks?
Rocks are incredibly diverse, but all rocks share certain things in common. They are all solid, made up of minerals, and formed by geological processes, which means they're not formed by living things. Let's take Okay, that's a lovely voice, but I'm going to keep moving on here. Basically, rocks have three things, and you'll need to read all of that, but you need three things to be a rock. It needs to be a solid, which means not a liquid, not a gas. It needs to be made up of minerals, and we'll talk about what those are in a little bit. And it needs to be formed by geological processes. Like if I mix up cement in a bucket, I'm a living thing. Living things don't make rocks. They need to be made just kind of by the earth. So cement is not a rock. All right, so this talks about being solid. So magma is a liquid. It's rock that's so hot that it's not quite a solid. So flowing lava is not rock because flowing lava is, you're gonna have to answer that. Number three, pottery clay is made up of tiny mineral grains mixed with water. Is that a rock? I don't know. Let's keep going here. Mineral building blocks. All right, you can narrate that, but basically you need to know that minerals are natural substances that kind of make up rocks. All right, and there's a whole bunch of different kinds. Marble is made up of calcite, it's just one mineral. And granite's made up of a bunch of ones, including mica, quartz, and feldspar. And you can sort of see those different colors in that. All right, now there's really bright minerals here as well. Did you know that when we send rovers to Mars, like the Mars 2020 rover, which we're going to send up this summer, the name of the rover is called Perseverance. When we send up those rovers, they have special tools to tell what kind of rock it is and what kind of minerals are in it just by shining a laser and some other tools in there. It's kind of amazing.